Hey, Bublynn, coming in, crushing this. All right, we're back at it, talking about Gemini Moon, Leo Sun. So this is someone with a sextile, right? Create opportunities, a little bit of friction, right? Because air and earth are, I don't know what I'm talking about. Air and fire are on the same playing field, right? Ooh, burp. Brr. Sorry, they're both stirs. They both stir stuff up just in a different way. Air stirs stuff up like from ground up. Like it's like, oh, we have something. Let's boost it up. Let's find new ways to do this. Let's expand this. Fire is top down. It's like, oh, let's bring a new way down. Like there's a new idea, right? It's completely new, individualistic, opposing, independent, right? Whereas air is working off of, if there was a fire, a new idea that came down into a water, into a current that manifested an air, then that air would then manifest up that vibe that the fire gave the water. So, but anyway, so air is working up, like off of, and fire is working out, like just working outside the box. So yeah, so that's a little bit about fire and air, which is helpful because you're coming from a Gemini moon, right? So this is coming from a place where you're just trying to stir stuff up, just trying to learn about stuff, right? The Gemini quality, not really trying to find a lane, like the pure stem cell, like I just want to be able to know every way, so we know all the ways we can go. Is the sort of Gemini feel, and it's very relatable, right? Whereas fire, on the other hand, is also a stir, right? So you're acting in a way where you're also out there, right? But this is Leo, this is fixed fire. You're out there, like, in your sort of way, right? Like the sun, like you have your sort of consistency to it. Like you're gonna shine in your way, right? Yeah. But, it's your way, basically. It's like, I'm gonna shine, I'm gonna do my thing, like, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius are all like, I got a thing, right? I'm gonna do my thing. And like, it doesn't really matter if everybody fucks with it, right? But it is gonna kind of matter, right? Because the Leo is trying to shine. Like people adore certain things, right? Like the art is different to everybody, but if a comedian tells a joke and nobody laughs, it's not funny, right? So it's that sort of energy to where you got to bring your own individuality out of it, because if you're just like everybody else, it's not going to be a really great show either. But yeah, so that's a little bit about Leo, and yeah. So basically, it's almost like trying to come from a relatable way, trying to come from a more both sides way, but it's acting in a Leo way. So this actually could be maybe like a comedian, right? Fluent with words, acting in a showman type way, but they also see both sides. So this may be someone that doesn't necessarily take a stance, though. This may be a comedian that's more could sell out, but could also be like, well, like, fuck, I don't want to sell out because I want to be able to tell both sides. I want to be able to make a joke and shit on the other side too. I don't really care about both of them, but that's the point. People shouldn't get so invested into one to where they can't laugh at a joke. Then like, what the fuck? So it almost seems like that kind of energy, because there would be tension, right, with the fire, and so that would be an outlet for that tension, the dry quality of the fire sun, right? I'm acting in this sort of tense way, putting on my show, to where jokes are always on like sort of the fringes, or kind of like, what the fuck, or else they're not funny, you know what I mean? Sort of outside the box, a whole new thing, versus working with what we already got, you know what I mean? Expanding on that. It's sort of like a whole new way of looking at it in a way. And then yeah, just with the Gemini moon, it's like you've been on both sides of the fence, and you're all already looking at things. You're already kind of stirring and thinking about things, right? You already got your like mind kind of in the clouds, but it's of like what's here, right? And so this may be someone that's been like active, been getting to know people, been like just like, yeah, fluent with communications. And then now when they express themselves, it's like they can kind of tell both sides, and they have a cool way of saying it because they had a lot of experience in that field anyway, just talking to people in a relatable manner. So now when it goes to both sides, it's almost like that can shine, but it's almost like there's a little bit of like disconnect, because it's almost like you're going to be coming from a place where you're so used to picking a side, but then when you gotta shine and you gotta have the divisive quality, you're going to have to like really dive in on both sides. So it's almost kind of like going against what you know, but almost like boosting that at the same time. Because like, oh, now we're actually picking each side and really like going down those lanes and like making people laugh, you know what I mean, or like shit on something or boost something, you know what I mean. But then we're gonna do it to the other side too. So it's still that sort of dry quality that could come out, or that could be a scenario where that dry quality comes out, and also the stirring quality of the fire, bringing new stuff into being, right? Looking at it in a whole new way, putting it and stacking it up together. But yeah, but you're still coming from a place where you just kind of like, you don't really necessarily want people to be like, oh yeah, like that's the way. You know, maybe not necessarily, depending on like what your ascendant is, where that comes out of life, who you are as a spirit. But it's like those are a lot of the situations that you may find yourself in. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you are one, you know, you want a little more information, you want to talk, BublynnD@gmail.com. Hey, Bublynn, Sitra, Beach, out.